start off, good evening, everyone. My name is Nick, and I'll just go ahead and warn you, part of this is part speech, and then other part is part therapy session for me. So just bear with me. Ever since we had kids a few years ago, my hormones have never been the same, so I'm like... Alright. I want to start off with one of my favorite quotes from the late legendary basketball coach, Jim Valvano. He says, there are 3 things you should do every day. Number 1 is laugh with somebody. Number 2 is think. And number 3 is you should have your emotions move you to tears. If you laugh, you think, and you cry, that's a heck of a day. See, my hormones, I'm already getting, my voice is breaking up. I accomplished all 3 of those things as I wrote this speech, and I hope you guys do too. I'm Justin's older cousin by almost exactly 10 years, which is really cool. I was born June 12th, and he was born June 16th, 10 years later. So it's no wonder we're almost the same person in different bodies. It's true. But it also means that we're both Geminis. And if you didn't know, that just means, well, we're special. And by special, I mean that we're stubborn, oversensitive, argumentative, hot and cold, and generally unpredictable. I actually think it's these common personality traits, along with others, that has caused us to butt heads and get under each other's skin over the years. And me and Justin are both very skilled at the art of getting under people's skin, as any family members here can attest to. So, about Justin, on a more serious note, he's like the little brother I never had, and I've been able to watch him grow up over the last 23 years. And despite the fact that we've always lived far from each other, we've made so many awesome memories. From family vacations in Hawaii, to our annual Bass Lake trips, to all the basketball and football games or whatever else we'd play in the driveway. Whatever the event was, we always gravitated to each other. But to be honest with you, I was almost surprised when Justin asked me to give a speech on a night as special as this, and I wouldn't have been offended if he didn't. Here I go. The thing is, as we get older, we appreciate things more, especially family. But when you're young, you can be oblivious to these things. At least I was. I didn't appreciate what I had in Justin. A fun, crazy, kind, thoughtful, generous, funny, sometimes annoying, but overall awesome kid who apparently looked up to me. And even though we continue to grow closer and learn to understand each other more and more as the years go on, I let him down a lot in the past. Maybe not every time, but a lot of the time. Instead of creating a brother-like bond relationship with him, I made everything a competition, and many times drove a wedge between us, as I always had to make sure my little cousin, 10 years younger, always knew who was bigger, stronger, cooler, smarter, better, and that's just not the case. Some might say that's what brothers do, and that may be right sometimes, but I still can't help but feel like I let him down. And I'm sorry, Justin. You deserve better from me over the years. Yet here I am, with a mic in my hands, in front of all our family, and the power to say whatever I want. Definitely a risky move. But you know what? It really does just go to show some of his most important attributes, like trust, forgiveness, understanding, and a family-first mentality. So what I'm basically trying to say is I'm proud to call you family. I'm proud of you, Justin, the man you've become and continue to grow into. But with all that said, I still don't know how you scored such an incredible one. Which obviously leads me to Maddie. The first thing that struck me about Maddie is the warmth she brings to a room when she enters it. I felt that the first time we met. With her long hair, her big eyes, inviting smile, she immediately greeted me with a hug. And right then, I knew she had the potential to be part of the family. But But it was still only potential. Over the years, though, I've seen the way Maddie has embraced our family. The good, the bad, the crazy, all together. She's patient, she's easygoing, fun-loving, and sweet as can be. But for me, sorry, lost my spot here. But for me, it's more about how Maddie affects Justin that's most important. And that's true. I think we know that about any of our loved ones. We want to see them be the best of who they can be. When you look for someone you want to marry, it should be someone that challenges you, someone that cherishes you, and someone that makes you the best version of you. And it's for those reasons that I know Maddie was made for Justin and for this family. We love you, Maddie. You're a blessing to me and my family, and we're so happy to now have you in this family.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so now for my closing. I'm just reading off of the phone here, okay? I know I've been talking for a while now, but I did warn you in the beginning this was part therapy session. All right, so Justin, I want to say also, side note, you've been an incredibly good uncle to Cam and to Evelyn, sorry, my son and my daughter, already. And I can't tell you how much that means to me and my Leanne, so thank you. You're following in your dad's footsteps. Where is he? Uncle Jeff, holding my daughter right there. Let's go ahead and clap it up for Uncle Jeff. He deserves it. That's as big of a compliment as I can give you, because my Uncle Jeff has meant more to me and my sister than we could ever thank him for. I love you. And Maddie, you too have effortlessly stepped into your role as Auntie Maddie to our kids, and it's not hard to see the similarities between you and Aunt Yvette, which once again is the greatest compliment I can give, as my Aunt Yvette has been an irreplaceable figure of warmth, faith, and love in our family. One last thing I have is a small piece of advice that has made the biggest impact in my marriage. First of all, I'm sorry, Auntie. I love you. I don't give you enough credit. Aunt Yvette, I love you. You mean the world to all of us. So the last thing I have is a little piece of advice that's made the biggest impact on my marriage with my beautiful wife, my Leanne.
Over here.
Oh, there she is. Sorry. And that's to trust in the Lord. Seek Him with all your heart. I don't just mean go to church on Sunday and be perfect people and live a perfect life, but with all your struggles and imperfections, seek the Lord first. Without God, my Leanne and I don't know where we would be in this confusing and crazy world. The verse I want to leave you with is Ecclesiastes 4:12. And it goes, "A person alone is easily defeated. Two people together can defend themselves, but a cord of three is strong and not easily broken." So I'm excited for you two in this awesome adventure that lies ahead of you guys. So without further ado, go on and grab your glass, raise in the air, and this is to Justin and Maddie. I love you guys.